First of all, Harshal, I would like to congratulate you that Ador Welding Academy has been assigned Center for TOT, Training of Trainer in the Welding Domain 2017. Your thoughts on that?
Ador Welding Academy, it's a welding institute. Over here we have state-of-art facility for welding training. We do training for freshers, engineers doing fresher training and some of the engineer level course. We also do upskilling of the present employed persons over here. We have all the facility for all welding processes including spot welding, including we have welding simulator also at our place. With the help of this we make different modules as per the industry requirement and as per the requirement of the NSDC, QP as well as the NOS. We are been associated with ASDC, Automotive Sectorial Council and Capital Goods Sectorial Council. I am very happy we are associated with CGSC for this kind of training program.
Today, we have with us Mr. Vijay Agwan, Assessor for Welding Qualifications from IIW Institute. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Can you give us a brief introduction about yourself and your role in this program?
I am a mechanical engineer of 1973 vintage. After that, post graduation in welding in 1975, and since then I am associated with the welding and with the various stint at Welding Research Institute, BHEL, and Mechatronic Welders, etc. I have been always associated with the welding. And NSC started functioning, and they had identified there are number of skills to be developed. Accordingly, all the skills must be developed. And among them, welding is that get the top priority and higher budget because welding is an essential requirement in any field of manufacturing. Whatever you want to make in India, whether it be bridges or anything, to boiler, to process plant equipment, to automobile, everywhere welding is a part of it. So in India, we have all the processes, but nothing, no consolidated knowledge or no systematic training, etc. And lack of skill is one major deficit, you can say, without which country cannot make progress. It is a basic necessity. Now under that, depending on the sector, the different skill sets are required because welding processes are varied. So what is suitable, what welding process suits one industry doesn't suit the other industry. So the people working in that area have different skill sets, right at the welder level up to the higher level, engineer level. Irrespective of that, that basic requirement is welding. Welding is a common factor. So under welding there are industry oriented, sector oriented skill sets being developed. Accordingly standards have been made and now the people need to be trained. But in that also we have got a shortage of 2.5 lakh welders as on today. If you step up the infrastructure activity by the government, which is inevitable to make the country progress, manufacturing also is a part of it, plus infrastructure project. Everywhere welding will be required. It is expected by 2020 will be falling short of 44 lakh welder, and therefore welding skill development gets the top priority in all the sector. Okay, now we are starting with the welders first because that is without that nothing starts. But remember, after the welding, there are the engineers also need to be trained. You require a lot of welding engineers. If you look at the advertisements of the employment, there is no welding engineer as a separate advertisement. Today there is a need, industry need to employ a welding engineer, qualified welding engineer, and then only he can take up the thing further. Otherwise the welding standard will not meet the global level.
Those were some really interesting statistics about manpower in the welding sector. Now moving on, sir, how did you find Ador Welding Academy as a training facility in terms of the lab equipment, trainers and everything else?
Ador Academy, I go to various institutes, various facilities. Ador is one of the best as I have seen so far. Okay, and they have been in this field since last 6 and 7 in Pune setup. They, as a manufacturer's need, they used to have a training center earlier in way back in 70s and 80s. Okay, and in fact, I am a part of. I have had my first practical training in Ador, not Ador Institute, but Advani Urlicon's training center in Parel. So those equipment they discontinued for some time, about 20 years in between, and then they have restarted the same operation of training in Pune in about 2011. Since that time I am associated with this. It has grown to a large extent. It is now very well well equipped center with all the modern facilities of welding equipment, booths, and other supporting requirements.
Today we also have with us Mr. Santosh Katkar, who is trainer of trainers, also assigned by CGSC, Capital Goods Skill Council. What is NSDC's objective in conducting this training program?
NSDC has launched a flagship scheme called PMKVY, which is popular as Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana. Under that, they have planned to skill up India, and for that, they have decided to train the youth of India at nominal fees or free. So NSDC has decided that for training the skill in the young people, the trainer should be skilled enough to give delivered training, and that is the objective to conduct a TOT.
How has Ador Welding Academy played a role in meeting the objectives of NSDC? Could you elaborate on that?
For all the skills that have been developed, they have been developed as qualification packs. Ador has been very instrumental in giving a lot of inputs in developing the qualification packs first. Now they are also linked to training the trainers. So Ador has played a very important role in with the NSDC in developing this scheme.
Mr. Harshad, I would also like to know how has Ador Welding Academy contributed to the development of future decision makers?
From past Advani Earlycon and Ador Welding Limited till date, we have trained 40,000 welders and given to the nation. Presently, we are focusing on automotive sector and aerospace sector for developing specialized welding training programs.
So in our final segment, we are going to talk with the participants of TOT program held at Ador Welding Academy. What kind of training were you given here?
Basically, we have asked here for to take the training of TOT of MIG, MAG and SMAW welding. Our training consisting of two parts. One is the domain, the actual skill, doing the platform part, how to teach our learners.
Has this initiative helped you in developing your skills? How will these help you in the long run?
Definitely, this initiative had definitely given a lot of input to me with respect to domain skill as well as the platform skill, so that after going back to my center, I can impart more training better way to my student or learner.
How would you rate the quality of the program and would you recommend it to your colleagues?
Definitely the quality of program is very high, and after going back to my center, I will recommend my management to participate my colleagues in such type of programs held in here or in other places.